you don't get none of this shit.
Not at all. This is a very overlooked resource. That's why we try to, keep it resourceful and talk about things. Because it's all content at the end of the day. Like for all these buildings people got, it ain't about these buildings no more. It's about the people who sitting in front of the camera and what y'all talking about. Because everybody got a phone. You remember the time when everybody had to go watch TV? And nobody's...
Everybody had a personal TV computer in their motherfucking hand.
And yeah, so, you got to get with the time to keep the information going. So Silk Films. So Chronicle came in there and we did the Black Tea video.
Right.
So that was a music video. You had another fella that was in there that was working on a movie at the time. He learned basically the same editing class on the EMAC, and then he went on to do great things.
Oh, you talking about Mr. Hart?
Mr. Hart.
Video guy.
The video guy, Gabriel Hart.
Okay, yeah, I remember that cat.
He's another person that came to your studio. I mean, like if your spot wasn't there, what would have picked up the last sprinkle? Everybody picked up their last sprinkle and went on about their way. Let me see. It was a couple of you had the modeling thing going on. Cause I mean, you was really
we had the models. We had what's this cat named Jelani, and he called himself doing a model escort business, but that didn't work out because he tried a couple of my friends.
Right.
And he got a smackdown put on him.
But he had a legitimate setup, like as far as like his business model, he had a pretty good setup. Like he had a website, have him come in interview.
He knew what to do. He knew how to grab him in there.
Okay. So Silk Films. So you leave Silk Films and you go on a hiatus, and then you dip, and then you're back in here now. So what's we got going on right now? Because you're in the IT world now.
Yeah, I do big tech shit, man. I secure one of the biggest companies you probably never heard of. I ain't giving no shout out, but we do boxes for everybody. I do financial literacy. I own a luxury rental car business, and I do credit repair. I'll probably get into a podcast here soon, so I can tell these folks how to get back in the game with the credit.
Get yourself together. So why? How has financial literacy played a role in your life? Has being financial literate, understanding how to do money, has that been beneficial for you in life?
Well, I went from a 500 square foot apartment till my bathroom is now bigger than that apartment. Yeah. Without a basement, it's just 2 levels. It's pretty flat setup.
Hold on, man. That can't be on the west side of town. What side of town you on?
I'm up top of them folks, man. I'm north.
In Atlanta?
That way.
Okay, cool. So you in Atlanta getting money on IT. So exactly where are you from then?
Mississippi.
Mississippi. They say, hold on, Mississippi, the SIP?
I'm from the SIP.
So from way up under the SIP, you way up. You from up under the 8 ball. Now you sitting on top of the board, on top of the ball.
I came here with $50.
Okay.
So how did I get to it now?
Yeah, give us the story. Give us the quick story for those who don't know the struggle. Give us the nitty-gritty story on how you hit Atlanta and what it was like.
Well, I was a Mississippi bad boy. I wasn't born bad. The folks made me bad. And I mean 12. So I was out running the police. Had a Mustang GT 5.0. They never could catch me. So if you ain't getting caught doing a crime, you ain't do nothing. So they never could catch you, boy. I'm the reason why the cars don't have handbrakes no more. Yeah, I could slang that car around the corner without even touching the brake, while still full throttle on the gas, about to dump it into another gear, drop it down, slide around the corner. I was drifting before drifting was cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to keep my back tire slick because I knew I was going to be running from somebody.
Okay.
They ended up catching me for some BS, and I went to court, and just so happened the man that was the judge was an attorney and the preacher for my mama's church. Yeah, talk about a conflict of interest.
Right.
Yeah, he was everything to everybody. So I'm in his court, and he leans over and he says, "Son, is there any way you can go?" I said, "I think I have a cousin in Atlanta." He said, "I'm gonna give you 2 weeks." He said, "Because the police chief is after you." I was like, "Cool." And about 3 days later, I jumped on a Greyhound with $50 in my pocket, and I landed here in Atlanta.
Okay. Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta's normally pretty rough on people they first encounter here. Was it was she nice to you?
It's feast the family. She wasn't nice to me.
She wasn't nice to you?
Nah, she wasn't nice.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna act like she gonna be. It look all like it's all sweet and rosebuds and pills when you visit.
Nah, like I said, it's feast of family, and even then and now, Atlanta's flossing city.
Okay.
You know, y'all can use that term if y'all want to. It's flossing city. If you ain't flossing, you ain't doing nothing with that.
Right, this is true. So when you got here, Black Atlanta was in full effect. Do you have any highlights or anything about the Black Atlanta or the black people, or the blacks that you saw when you got to Atlanta that made you more comfortable about being here?
Well, I realized I wasn't, the baddest cat out there, and the police had a whole lot more to deal with than niggas like me.
Right.
They had killers to deal with and big boy dope boys to deal with. They wasn't dealing with a dude with a cars outrun their ass and make them look stupid. So I was able to fly up on the radar, hit some places that a lot of other people couldn't hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, I used to go to the Marquette. It used to be a huge gay and lesbian club. I would go with the little lesbian chicks and be kind of protected. So that was cool. We used to go to Tower 2. For the ladies out there in the streets, they know what Tower and Tower 2 is.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be the only dude that never sized the bouncers. That's some cool shit. I think I was the first one to say call it Black Hollywood, because I saw it Hollywood coming to Atlanta over 20 years ago.
Absolutely. You hear the rain coming down, y'all. Hey, listen, the rain don't stop nothing around here. We just ride with it. Yeah, we just ride with it. Okay, so now this is where it all hit the road for y'all. This is where it all hit the road for y'all. We keep talking about Mississippi. Now, Atlanta has another very famous person, radio personality from Mississippi, who's pretty much grew up, raised pretty much everybody in the ATL. Mr. Greg Street. And a lot of people don't know too much about Greg or anything about him other than he's down here doing his thing. But he's actually one of your mentors. And did he look out for you? Did y'all connect anytime you got to Atlanta?
Well, actually, if y'all remember stuff like the Sharon Showcase or the little community center you went to have a party or dance,
mm-hmm.
Well, he was our DJ. So I've been knowing Greg since I was 13, 14 years old. And as I got a little older, we used to go to the Hi-Hat. For some of you old heads, look up the Hi-Hat. It was a part of the chicken and beer circuit for all the rhythm and blues, B.B. King, you name it, they went through the Hi-Hat. Mm-hmm. And I was a part of the little crew that used to help Greg get his stuff out the car, help him set up, and he allowed us to sit on the stage with him and kind of watch the dance floor. And we became some little players because, everybody thought we was somebody.
Sound right.
And we could kind of survey it. It was easy pickings, is what they call it.
Okay. Oh, so hold on. Before we leave that, you and Greg had an event a couple of years ago, before the pandemic, which was going pretty good. The Bike Nick.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit what that was about.
Well, the Bike Nick was basically a bike spin on Freaknik. It didn't get as freaky, of course, but we used to have dancers on stage. It was nothing really freaky. It was more of a spin and taking a name, because Freaknik was famous and still famous, and they still trying to bring it back.
Right.
But it'll never be the same because everybody got these.
Yeah. Now Freaknik was, I think the phenomenon about Freaknik was that happened without that. Like, how did the word of mouth was so strong?
The phenomenon of Freaknik was it started with 4 kids.
Mm.
And grew to hundreds of thousands of people just clogging the city streets. But Bike Nick got pretty big, 2,500, 3,000 bikes. Later years, we started adding a car show element, and a dump contest was the last one we did. So hopefully we get to bring it back this September, because it's an outdoor space.
Right.
you can socially distance or
Space
go
it out.
to your little cubby hole with your sick folks.
Understand?
You know how that works.
We got to come up with a new plan. Y'all gonna be on this side, y'all gonna be on this side. We put signs up, black and white. We don't know what they gonna do.
Even before COVID, that's really how it was. People go with their friends and they kind of gather in their little area and they stay there.
It's fair enough. If one want to catch up with you, man, get some information about financial literacy, just catch up with the player partner and see what they can do. How would they reach out to you? What would they do? How would they go to?
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I was on MySpace.
All they gotta do is hit you.
SDZ365 or LAV_368.
Okay. Any last words for the people? Anything for the youth? Hold on. This is my question. I've been working on this question. If the older self could talk to the younger self and shoot them some game that you done learned over the time, what would you tell them?
Go harder. Because we were right there. We was at the precipice of this Hollywood coming to Atlanta game. I interviewed Will Packer years ago. Interviewed David Brunner. We did a huge casting call with Randall Dunn, ATL Dimes, Dime Club, Buckhead. What's this dude named? John Blasingame owns Black Men magazine. So we actually put people in places that wasn't really available to them. And it was non-sexual. So we wasn't the crew that you had to sleep with to get in the magazine. I just want a couple of bucks and want a little fame and want to be known for being that guy to get these females. But it was a casting couch.
Right.
We didn't have that casting couch. We had integrity.
Yes, sir. And that is why you was the plug.
Yeah, the trapeze was up and running. People come in town and try to shoot. I get a phone call, did they check in with you? I'm like, check in with me? I don't run Atlanta. Yeah, you kind of do, because you kind of run a little porn scene.
Right.
I'm like, oh, am I? Okay, cool. So, I'll meet with the guy. It was some producer from West Coast Productions. He came in, consulted, tried to run a little game, but I gave him a pass. The manager at the time, name was Ian. Cool little cat. He's like, you get a pass? I said, you get a pass. So West Coast Productions started shooting in Atlanta at Trapeze. And back then, one of my biggest allies in the porn game was Mr. Justin Slater. So
yeah, he introduced me to Scott Black. He was my host.
We
was fascinated by her back in the day.
Yeah, we was doing some interviews in between shoots, and it got pretty interesting. I wish we could find that interview and run it.
Well, when we come back, we gonna like I say, man. The one thing about it, man, the table that you at, player partner, and the camera that you on, I'm telling everybody the same thing, man. It's always available for you, brother. Anytime you come across something, you just want to come in here and chop it up, feel free. Just come here and let me know, man. I'm going to hit record. You can talk till your face turn blue or till the light turn purple, however, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I'm already blue-black as it is, so turn purple.
Well, it's a wonderful thing, man. I want to thank you for coming out, my brother.
Absolutely. Anytime.